Does stopping power matter? Now, I know folks are going to get fired up over this one. Everybody has opinions on it. A lot of them are wrong or they're misguided. I want to talk to you about that. I'll tell you about what the FBI said and tell you about my thinking and hopefully get you thinking. Does stopping power matter? A lot of folks don't think accurately, no pun intended, on this subject. Yeah, you may need a seatbelt on this one. I can already hear the keyboards a-going. Buckle up, here we go. Fittingly, today's episode is brought to you by Hidden Hybrid Holsters. Regardless of what you choose to carry, they can help you carry it safely and comfortably. It's got Kydex in the front and Amish leather in the back, made by craftsmen. You know I love them. Full stamp of approval. Whatever caliber you choose, they got you covered. Totally hidden, totally concealed. HiddenHybridHolsters.com. There's a link down there. Get to it. You people, thank you for every thumbs up. I mean that. Thank you. I appreciate you people. If you like what I do here, if I make you think, consider getting subscribed. Does stopping power matter? Now, this is a pathway, and as we go down it, I think the first sign that we follow, the first maybe exit we need to explore is, regardless of caliber and regardless of which tool you buy, practice with it. You don't practice enough. I don't practice enough. Nobody does. Standing still at the range or in the backyard and doing a mag dump is not practicing. I learned from Clint Smith, all firefights are movement. If you're not moving and coming around and getting under and doing the best you can with where your body is and practicing running mags and loading and unloading with this hand, that hand, get your hands, put a little KY or something on it. Make whatever joke you want to about the KY. Put something slippery on it and then practice. Why? So in the middle of the night when your ears are going wee and you've swirled up a Tootsie Roll in your shorts and your hands are shaking and or bloody, that's the slippery part. Can you reload magazines and get around corners and be able to divide rooms and practice? That's what is really important in this conversation. It's the road sign that we pass when we say, hey, does stopping power matter? Yeah, it does, but you know, being able to do that in the middle of the night with ringing ears, much more important. It's a lot more fun to buy stuff on the internet than it is to train. Ask me how I know. I've done Clint's handgun carry 1 class twice. It's bloody. I don't train enough. I don't train enough even with my bedside. I was thinking about that the other day. I've not worked enough with that in the last 6 months. I need to do better. All right, let's get on down the road. Does stopping power matter? A lot of schools of thoughts. Okay, 9mm Smith & Wesson 40, the .40 caliber, the 45 ACP, 2 world wars. People have these thoughts that it matters. I'm not real big on the federal government. Part of the conversation, just a little road sign as we go down this, is this study, the FBI executive study from back in 2014. And when this is the reason they moved to 9mm, is they said this, they concluded that handgun stopping power is a myth. Handgun stopping power is a myth. That's interesting, super interesting. This gentleman, it's an article that's over on the Freeman newsletter. His name is Justin Stapley. This is really, really interesting. We have discovered that shot placement is more important than projectile size, but that doesn't mean size doesn't matter at all. Again, where I'm at is, yeah, shot placement. I'm kind of with Justin here. I think that's really, I know that's really, really important. There was a guy on Reddit years ago that said this, and you can say whatever you want to about Reddit, but I think his point's valid regardless of where he typed it. He said, we're only going to carry this much ammo with us. Maybe this much ammo with us. This much. That's all we got. That's all we got. 1 mag, 2 mag, 3 mag. Depends on your setup. How many can I get in there that's reasonable and not a 22? Yes, I know Bill Burr, the comedian, said, you take a 22 to the kneecap, you're probably out of the fight. I get it. I got it. But hey, 9mm, this guy on Reddit, Runny Bear was his name. Runny Bear says that like, when you just look at the little handful that you got, it's kind of a nice little balance of the most I can get for a pretty good round. I love 9mm. I carry 9mm. I almost own exclusively 9mm. I got a lot of Makarovs and some 5.7, but for my day-to-day, it's going to be 40. I mean, it's Freudian slip. It's going to be 9mm. I think that's super important. All right, this article was posted on Reddit, and I think, well, the top comment underneath it was is it a myth? No, it's not a myth. If you myth, you have to reload. But the second comment underneath it I think is super important for this conversation. It says, this is so good. The big road sign. This is the big road sign. This guy goes, it's like 80% of people that get shot with a handgun survive, so carry whatever freaking caliber you want. That's true. 80% survive. However, if they receive medical attention within, I don't know if it's a matter of minutes, 13, 15 minutes, it goes up to 90%. With medical attention, 90% survive. So it's a rarity that it's pow and the golden gun, like on James Bond, the bad guy is done. So they're going to survive either way. So stopping power, I believe, is certainly a myth. You're dealing with a handgun round here. I want to challenge you all to think through everything else. It's fun to buy stuff. I use 9mm. That's me. It's cheap. I can swap mags out. I've got a lot of guns that carry the same mags. But yeah, it's a myth. The FBI, who I don't trust, but a lot of folks do agree with that. My opinion, practice with whatever you choose. Pick the 40, pick the Makarov, pick the 45. Any of those are fine. Anything bigger than a 22 Magnum is good. Finally, there's a lot of those little Magnums that are out there. This question was asked this week and it went around the internet. What about those little two-shot Magnums that hold the 22 Magnums in them? And Paul Harrell said this, it's better than nothing. I think that's very, very well said. What say you? Let me know right down below. Hey, carrying is a great option. I encourage you to do it. I'm Johnny B, reminding you it's okay to love your country.